This is after the fact. I forgot to make an intro for this video before we went to Sebring, but this past Saturday, my wife and I went to Sebring with Chin Motorsports to test out the new GT4. I mentioned in a previous video that I left it pretty much stock. I took the AutoQuest wing risers off and I put the wing at the angle that Porsche recommends for track use, and I took out the front air blocks. Other than that, I think it had 1.5 degrees of camber, 1.5 in the front and rear, and that's it. That's the only thing, the sole over axle pipes, which I don't know if they actually do anything for power, but that's how we took it. Used Pagidiello brake pads. I'm almost positive it's stock brake fluid in there now, and used Cup 2 tires that have seen track life before, I could tell, because they had some greening. So this video now is just preparing for the track day, what I pack for tools when just driving the car down there for the day, what I pack for camera equipment when we're just out driving and I just want to go shoot a little bit, and a little bit of footage when my wife starts to drive, and one clip from one of my laps is in there at the end as well, closer to the end. But that's it. I forgot to keep filming after she was out. I just started shooting with the camera, and then our day ended a little bit earlier than I expected. So I'll talk about that in a little bit after some of the video here. Okay, so for tools, I will go through what I put in just the car. We're not, normally we trailer down. We trailer with the RV down to Sebring, but this time we are only going for the day. So we are splitting the day Saturday, so tomorrow. And I can't find my backpack. I have this backpack that I use to just throw some tools in, and I don't know where it went. There it is. So I'll throw in tools that I know I may need. Generally at the track, you don't need too much because a lot of people there have just about everything you might need. But I don't like to ask for a ton of tools if I don't have to. I have been in situations where I've needed a lot of things, and it's just nice to not have to ask for everything. Okay. So number one is tires. So bring a battery operated tire inflator and tire gauge. I use an analog tire gauge because it can't get down to the 10th of a pound of pressure. It's not that serious, but also if your battery dies on a digital one, you're out of luck for the rest of the day. So tire things, and then we'll need to reinflate for the drive home. Make sure the battery is charged. I will not go through a full battery in one day on that thing, so that's not necessary to bring more than one battery. Lug nuts, just in case. I will bring my torque wrench, take it out of the box to save space. $19mm. My key is in the center console. One day soon, I will not have that key anymore because I'll do extended studs. But got my sonic torque wrench. I've got an extension just in case I should need it, and my deep socket 19mm. Throw these in here into a different compartment. Also, without the case on here, I did not turn this back to 0 last time. I put it away. If I put it in my backpack without the case, I can close the backpack all the way, which just makes me feel better. Okay. So, torque wrench. Other sockets that I may need. Generally, you won't need more than like a 13-16 on a Porsche, 13-16, sometimes a 12-14, whatever you may have. So I'll just bring each one, and I think these are pretty much, yeah, 13, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It skips some, 6 skips 16. So I do have a 16 mil that I will throw in just in case, because Porsche uses 16s. They use every size, unlike Honda. Okay. And then I've got my Torx and my external Torx bits in this little container. So I bring that as well, because you never know when you're going to need those. Okay, so I've got sockets, Torx covered. Put that in a small pouch. I also, because that's one side of the Torx, so I also bring another Torx and socket set, because I've had instances where the bolts on the wing have come loose while driving, and I noticed that one fell out one time, but you need one on each side. So I'll bring a set of Allen keys. This is Torx on both sides, so just in case I need more than one, or the entire socket wrench, which I need more than just the torque wrench. So I'll bring my 1/2 inch, and I'll bring this one, which is a 1/2, 3/8, quarter, all in one. Probably won't need any of this. If I don't bring it, I will need it. If I do bring it, I won't need it. So I'll bring it, and then it'll just sit in the garage, in the paddock, the whole time. Okay. Where was I going? So, Allen. I should bring another set of Allen keys. Hex key, whatever you want to call them. And they are, one day I'll get this drawer a bit more organized. Oh, they're right in my face. I don't think, no, I shouldn't need the triple square bit set, so that'll stay here. But another set of hex keys here. Those are the main things. You can do just about anything with all of that. So you can take a wheel off. I can change my brake pads should I need to, but I'm not even bringing spare brake pads. Adjust the wing or tighten it if a bolt comes loose. I did find the thread lock when in one of the previous videos, I took the AutoQuest wing risers out of there, and I couldn't find the thread lock when I put the new bolts back in. I did find the thread lock. I don't recall if I actually put it on. I don't think I took them back off, so I'm gonna throw the thread lock in here, because that can't hurt. The other thing I'm gonna do, if someone has a jack and I need one, I'm not bringing my jack, but I will bring my pucks in case I do need to jack up the car. I'll just bring 2 of them. I don't see 4 jacks being needed. That should be just about it. If we're taking the RV, I pack a lot more. I pack a full toolbox, I pack the jack, or 2 jacks really. Wheel chocks. I don't need wheel chocks because this is PDK. And I just pack a lot more. Air compressor, full air compressor that I can plug into the RV. And that way, if people need things, I can be the one to provide them, because I've had to ask before. I don't like that. I would rather be the one that people ask and help somebody else out. So that really should be about it for tools. Like I said, if I bring it, I won't need it. If I don't bring it, I'll need it. Anything else that is not here, someone will have. I know the AutoQuest tent will be there, and they have everything, and we're good friends with them. So if I need anything, they've helped me out before, they would help me out again. So that's the tools that I pack. Yep. I've hooked up the Garmin, put the camera back up, and the Apex Pro. You can see that up there. There it is. I ran the wire for the Garmin up and around the headliner so that there's no wires dangling. The Apex Pro we like to have because my wife and I like to watch each other on track, and you can do that with Crew View. It's just nice to know when there's a black flag, you know it's not your significant other. That's the one that's in a serious position. Numbers, don't forget to attach your numbers. I just put them on now so I don't forget. If you don't have vinyl, just bring some painter's tape. They don't care, they just need the number on your car. For the camera equipment that I'll bring, since we're driving and we're only there for the day, I won't bring a ton. I'll be driving half the day, she'll be driving the other half of the day. So I've got 70 to 200, 24 to 105, which honestly I may leave here. I'll bring it just in case. There's still space in the bag. 1DX Mark II with a charged battery. My 6D Mark II as a backup, and my wife she prefers to shoot with that one. I am bringing my Osmo Action. This is the mount that I have for inside the car, and I do have an Action mount on the underside of the front bumper, so I can mount it. I can get a front bumper view. Let's see. For the Action, I've got a couple extra batteries that are charged. I'll bring this Pocket 3 plus the mic, and I am bringing a lav mic this time, so I'm going to plug a lav mic into here and see if I can put it in my helmet and kind of talk with the video while I'm driving. Sometimes I say some pretty dumb things while I'm driving, so just curious to hear it back. Let's see, I've got filters for the Osmo Pocket and the Action, the lav mic, more GoPro mounts or Osmo mounts, extra batteries for the 6D Mark II that I'll put in here, memory cards for both. I'm not going to bring a battery charger. I'm not going to be charging batteries. If we run out of batteries, we'll run out of batteries, but that won't happen either. Got one more to put in here. That's going to be really it, because we're not there to shoot, we're there to drive, but I enjoy shooting in between and talking. So 1DX Mark II, 6D Mark II, 24 to 105, 70 to 200, batteries and memory cards for both cameras, Osmo Action with 2 mounting points, Pocket 3 microphones for the Pocket 3 or the receiver if I put it on the camera, and then spare parts and pieces, batteries, etc. for the DJI gear. And that's all I'll bring. And that will all fit in this GoPro. This is my old GoPro bag. Packed up and ready for the morning. Camera bag, puff pack. This is like a blow up couch kind of thing. Tools, helmets, Garmin and Apex in the windshield. Fuel jug with pour spout, cooler with lunch and drinks goes here. And then we set the alarm for like 3:30 or something like that. And get up early as hell. See you in the morning. Made it. We're in good company. Okay. Next, couch, heater.
What's that?
Mittens and hot coffee. Got the Ferrari. Oh, another Ferrari. The Ferrari and the EK here. Look at this. I don't really know my Ferrari, so I don't know what that is, but this is Babe's session. Let's see where she lines up. .2 GT3. I see her coming. Corvette. There's so many Corvettes here today. Ton of Porsches as usual. Let me get out here now. About to be the start of blue session. Blue group. This is solo intermediate, I think they call it. So we're both in blue, and it's just all solo drivers. No instructor in the car with you. Passing anywhere on the track with a point by. So passing in turns, wherever, anywhere, you just have to wait for the point by. And you don't have to give the point by if you're not comfortable with it. So that's the biggest difference. In red, which is the next group up, you have to give the point by wherever you are. So there goes the Ferrari, EK. I saw under his hood is a K-swap. There's gotta be 40 Corvettes out here today. Babe. gonna head over to turn 15. The guy over there is really cool, flag worker. But I like shooting from there. You get pretty close to the car for not, you know, no media or anything like that. But usually on HPDE days, I probably shouldn't give away the secret, but if you run across the flag worker at turn 15 in the brown truck, he usually calls you in around the gate to sit inside his, what he calls his house, his little hut. So if you come for a PCA track day, this is where you line up. You don't line up on the hot pit or in grid, you line up here. And then you would turn here and go straight into turn 1. So, just a fun fact. But yeah, we'll walk over to turn 15 and start shooting from there. She'll probably get around that turn before I get there on this first lap, but then on her first hot lap, I'll be over there. With Chin, there is passing from the start. As soon as you get out on track. PCA, the first lap of every session is yellow, so there's no passing. But with Chin, you can pass anywhere at any point. So, with blue and red, but M4 was getting it. I'll turn this around. What is that, SF90? I don't know my Ferraris. I think it might be a SF90. Here goes the EK. K-swapped EK. Club Sport going out, he's quick. Babe should be coming around here any second. There goes that red 4RS. She should be... Oh, I have her on the app. What the hell happened? Probably just let everyone go by. There she goes. Okay. It's our first time out here since March of last year, so she's just getting acclimated again. And a brand new car, and the brakes honestly don't feel great. I don't like the pageant yellow. My goodness, I don't like the pageant yellow pads that are on here. I'm gonna put the Ferrotos back on. I can't see her on the app. She accidentally deleted the car. Damn it. Yeah, the pedal's real soft with the Ferrotos stock lines. I was told there is probably Castrol SRF in there, but I'm not so sure. And the Cup 2s. Cup 2s definitely get greasy after like a full session. So we'll see. Just testing it today. I had 20 minutes so far of an actual session, and because there was a black flag right before I went out, so cut into 10 minutes of my session. Had 20 minutes. I did a 2:31 so far with traffic. So we'll see what I can get to in happy hour this afternoon. All right. Turn 15. She should be coming around. So I was expecting to go back out for happy hour, because if you've ever driven with Chin, you know after all of the sessions they do what they call happy hour. So from 4 to 5, it's everyone can go out, and they go by blue rules. So there's passing anywhere you're comfortable. You have to wait for the point by. So if you're in green or yellow, green you still need your instructor, but you can go out with the big dogs, the race cars, whoever you want, and you go by rules that you were not driving with earlier in the day. Same with yellow. Yellow, you don't have an instructor, but you drive in the green group during the day. We're both in blue, so we would drive at our normal rules with more race cars. This was a very fast weekend though. We had a lot of cup cars in our group, which was kind of crazy. But I planned on going out, so I had really only a solid 20 minutes of driving for my 2 sessions, and then my wife did her 2 sessions after lunch. A lot of black flags because it was so cold on track, and we're from Florida. We're not used to driving in 40-degree weather, so people go out there like it's 80 degrees and right off the road. So I planned on going out for happy hour, and that's when I was really going to do something and set a decent time for the day. But the tires were awful, and I probably shouldn't even have sent my wife out there on what they were. I could feel them my second session just sliding everywhere. These Cup 2s are completely at the end of their life. The outside shoulder is completely flat. 1.5 degrees of camber is not nearly enough. I think on the last car we had 3. On the 981 we had 3 degrees in the front. So 1.5 was just not enough. You could feel them rolling over. Like I said, the outside shoulder is completely bald. The brakes felt terrible. The Paget yellows do not compare to Ferodo pads whatsoever. Anyone who tells you they do is absolutely wrong. I don't believe that there is Castrol SRF brake fluid in here because of the mushiness of the pedal. It just felt very soft, and you could feel them getting hot quickly. And also the lines. I never really thought that stainless lines play that big of a part until you get a bulging line or a broken line. But I think that could have also played a part in how mushy they were getting, how soft they were getting. So we'll be doing some work on the car before our next track day. Camber plates, toe arms, caster pucks, Spiegler brake lines, Ferodo pads, and then the GT4 RS underbody aero, which diverts air from under the car but also more to the brakes to help cooling, because the pedal feel on brakes from the 981 to this car were absolutely night and day difference. There was no comparison. So I want that consistent brake pedal feel from in the 981 with the brake lines, the Ferodo pads, and the Castrol SRF. The brakes felt the same every single time you hit them. You always knew exactly what they were going to do. They never changed from lap 1 to lap 10, 11, 12, whatever you could make it to, and in a 30-minute session or even in happy hour. They always felt the same, always had that consistent feel. Also the Advan 8009 tires I liked a lot better than the Cup 2s. They felt equivalent to the Cup 2 in grip when earlier in the session, but the 8009s hardly fell off even by the end of the session, and they were very predictable. You could feel maybe at 33 pounds they would start feeling just the slightest bit greasy, but they were manageable and you knew exactly what was going to happen with them. These Cup 2s, I felt like every turn was changing, as was the case with the brakes. So every turn just felt different, and I had to do something different every turn of every lap almost. Especially one turn to that same turn the following lap. So every time I got to turn 7, it was a different feel. Every time I got to 17, it was a different feel. So that's really not what you want when going around track. So those are things that we'll be working on, be changing until the next time we go out. It's January right now. Plan is probably to get out in April or May of this year. So we've got some time to get some of those things together and do the work. So that is my thoughts from this whole track day, and I look forward to working on the car and sharing the next one, sharing the process of updating the car and building the car a little bit to make it still streetable while definitely much more of a track weapon.